Okay, welcome back. This video section is going to be on two chapters. One in the old book, the Linux command line, on regular expressions. And then we're going to switch books and go to the other book, which we're going to use for the rest of the semester. Okay, so let's get cranking. So it could be page 247, depending on whether or not you have the online version or the printed version of the book. So it's all confusing to me. So we're talking about regular expressions. So what is a regular expression? Is that an expression that takes laxatives? Obviously not. This is a pattern matching thing. It's where you set up something and you say, I want to find all files that start with the letter A, that kind of stuff. Those are regular expressions. There are basically two types of regular expressions. There's one called just the basic, and they even have an abbreviation, BRE, basic. Then they have an extended version, and we're not going to be doing any of the extended. It's very complex, so we're going to leave that one to your reading yourself. So, the definition, a symbolic notation to identify patterns in text. Yeah, this is very, very similar to the way we did the file name expansion in the shell. However, wouldn't it be nice if they just did things consistently? But no. Okay, in the shell, if I wanted to find something that was like a single character, right? So I want to find test, but with just one character. I would say test with a question mark, okay, like that. And that would find, oh, doggone it. Let me try that again. ls test. Okay, so that tells me find all files that start with a test and then have a single character. So the question mark is single character. And we already know about asterisk, right? That means any, all, or none. Except in the regular expression world, we don't use question marks. We use a dot. It's like, oh man, you're messing with my brain. Okay, so grep is a really cool tool. Grep. It's kind of sort of an acronym. It's Global Regular Expression and Print. But to tell you the truth, it may have meant that one time, a million years ago, but right now it's just grep. So grep is just a pattern matching tool that you can use to do anything. So I could say grep can be used mostly for looking inside a file rather than just looking at the file names. I mean, there's ways you can do it both. Okay, kind of makes sense? So for example, if I was to do ls, user bin, right? We've done this before. And how do you pipe something into, like I want to pipe it into less, right? Like that, okay? Okay, so this time I'm going to pipe it into grep. And grep is going to try to find me something. So we've done this example before, so I'm just going to do it again. So I'm going to do an ls on user bin, and then pipe that through grep. And grep is going to find only those lines that match with the zip in them. So, boink. And sure enough, it shows up the two things. Yay! Okay, table 19.1 is a really cool list of options, the command line options for grep. So I is ignore case, okay. V is to make it so that everything is not, in other words, show me everything that doesn't have zip in it. Print the line numbers, because sometimes you want to find out something like, for example, maybe you just want to find out how many things match. In other words, in the previous one, I just want to tell me 2. Okay? Don't tell me what they are. Just tell me how many there are. Okay, you can see the rest of this. So it's kind of cool. So we're going to do some little exercises. But one of the little exercises that we're going to do is we're going to need some files to be able to pull this off. And so I'm going to create a handful of files. Okay, that have content in them. Obviously, that's what we're trying to do here. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do an ls on bin, and I'm going to redirect that to, how about dir list, dang it, dir list dash bin.txt. Okay? So now I have that one. And then I'm going to do user bin. Okay. And then we'll do some more. We'll do sbin. Whoop. sbin. And then we'll do user sbin. Yay. So basically now I have a bunch of files that I can play with. So this is going to be dang it, behave yourself. User sbin. Okay, so now I got a bunch of files. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and start doing some grep examples on this. So let's say I want to find grep, okay? And remember the zip thing we did? Well, one of them that we did was a B zip. It doesn't show up on that list, but that's beside the point. I'm going to find B zip, but I want to search in every single one of these files. So I'm just going to say dir list asterisk, okay? Remember, I don't have to do asterisk.txt because txt doesn't mean anything. So what this is going to do is going to find the B zip in all four. It's going to look in all four of those guys. And what it does by default is it gives you the file name where it found it, because it could have been in any one of those four. And then it gives you the text. Hey, I'm going to just use plain old zip, and we should get a lot more, don't you think? Right? We should get a lot more? Okay. So we got some in bin and some in user bin. Cool? Kind of makes sense. So it gives me both. Now I could tell it, don't bother telling me one of the command line options. Don't bother telling me the file names. You could -H for suppressing the file name. Just give me the list. No big deal. Showing line numbers, like if you wanted to go edit it later or something like that, that'd be kind of cool. Sometimes all you want is the file name, and I don't care what it is, where you found it. All I'm interested in is where you found it. That would be the L option. Anyway, lots of cool stuff. All right, now let's talk about what just happened here. The zip is the regular expression, okay? So I want to do a zip with a single character after it. In other words, right? Oh wait, didn't I just tell you that that's not the symbol for the single thing? Yeah, it's that. Kind of weird, huh? And then dir list. Now wait a minute. I see two different types of pattern matching here. I see the asterisk one, which is being expanded by the shell. Remember that? Expanded by the shell. Okay, cool. The other one is not being expanded by the shell. So what if I said I want anything that starts with zip, okay? I don't really care what comes afterwards like that. Now we got a problem, because the shell is going to try to expand that guy, and I don't want him to. So what type of quotes suppresses all expansion? Is it the double quote or is it the single quote? Which of those two is the stronger? It's the single quote that's stronger. So very, very often, in fact, you probably should just do it automatically whenever you type grep, is the regular expression, just go ahead and put it in single quotes, even if there's not anything to expand, okay? Just telling you, because that's kind of sort of the way this thing works. So just be prepared to suppress the shell expansion, because you want that expansion to occur inside grep, not inside the shell. Okay. All right. So they talk about meta characters. So meta characters are special things. Like I already showed you the dot. You already know asterisk, so I'm going to kind of skip that one. And then they have one called anchors. Anchors means at the beginning of something or at the end of something. So for example, I see zip at the beginning of one of these, and I see zip at the end of a handful of those things. So how would I tell it I want something to start at the beginning or the end? So if I said grep, I'm going to go ahead and use the single quotes. And if I said zip with a $sign on the end, okay? $sign means I want that to be the end of the thing. So that basically what we're talking about is it has to end in ZIP. Okay, cool. Yay. And all right, let's do that again. And let's do one where I want it to start with. The start is a little caret. That's the shift 6 guy. Okay. Yay. Hey, what if I did both? I want to start with, so this would say, I want to find exactly the word zip. It can't have anything before it. It can't have anything after it. I want exactly the word zip. Okay, does that exist? No. Okay, so anchoring basically means I want something to start at the beginning or the end. Okay, and then a dot would be any single character, right? Kind of makes sense. Okay, so if I want to do an exact match of something, I'm hunting for something that's an exact match. So let's do, well, okay, let's do this again, except this time I'm going to say, how about B zip 2, okay? One that actually has something I can see. Okay, yay! So that's how you do an exact match in using grep. Is you have to have the anchor at the beginning and the anchor at the bottom, or, end, and then you have to put exactly what it is you're hunting for. Otherwise, you'll get all these things that contain zip when you only really wanted the word zip and nothing else. So that's how you do an exact match. Okay. So we're going to do some more examples, but in order to do that, we need to install the dictionary. It doesn't really come with the dictionary loaded, so I guess because you have to pick what language you want. So here we go. We're gonna load the. So sudo apt get install, and I must type W American. W stands for word, but don't worry about what that means. American. CIS4335. 2020. Okay. And so what that actually has done is it put a dictionary file in our system. So let's go find it. It's going to be in user share dict. And there's words. Yay! So the words file, if I was I'm just going to use cat so I'm going to say cat words and Control C, stop. Okay? So it's basically a list of the correct spelling of a whole bunch of words. And you could use this like as a spell check or dictionary or kind of a thing. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to play a cool little game. We're going to pretend like we're doing a crossword puzzle. Okay? So here's what I want to do. I want to find, using the contents of this file called words. So I want to do grep, and then I want to find all, let's say, all 5-letter words, okay, where the third letter is a J and the last letter is an R. Okay, here we go. First I'm going to put it in quotes. So that first character, dot, second character, dot, third character, J, fourth character, I don't care what it is, and the last character is an R, and then I want an exact match. Okay, now, are you following this? Kind of pay attention. Okay, so this thing is 5 characters long because there's 3 dots. The fourth one is a J. Yeah, okay. Yeah, how about that? Okay, let's start over. The first one is a dot, the second one a dot, the third one is a J, the fourth one is a dot, and the fifth one is an R. So how many words do you think in the English language have a J in the middle and end in an R? So you're doing a crossword puzzle, right? So I'm going to say words here, the name of the file, and out pops major. They have both a capital version and a lowercase version. So isn't this a pretty cool way you can cheat on a crossword puzzle? You know it's 5 characters long. You know the middle one is a J and the end one was an R, but you don't have a clue what the rest of it is. You could do this and cheat at crossword puzzles. Okay, we're coming up on a 15-minute mark, and we'll pick this thing up again in just a few.